Hi, how's it going? So today, me and Sweta have decided to gather together because all of our friends are currently in Toronto at .dot .dev, and as you could see, we are not. Shocking to some of you, we know.
Mm. I can just sit and cry here. I have been seeing so many pictures all over, and I am like, I have the visa, but I can't go because there's some mishap with my passport, which is missing in the embassy. So, yeah, it's a very, very tough feeling. I think thanks to you, you have been super supportive from almost 2 days, praying for me that I can make it, but it did not happen, unfortunately.
Well, how do we turn lemons into lemonade? And I figured we can cry about it, or we can try and just look at it from afar and be excited for our friends, get the updates. And also, if you're like me, you believe that everything kind of happens for a reason, and there's a reason why I'm not there, whatever that reason might be, but being okay with that. And we get to hang out. So that's a plus. We don't get to do that very often. Well, as often as I would like anyway. So I'm the optimist in the equation of being like, yeah, I haven't missed a single one in 10 years. I've been to every single Shopify partner conference that's been in like Toronto or San Francisco. Like I haven't gone to all the pursuits and like the side quest things, but as far as like the annual event that Shopify puts on for their partners, I've gone to every one. Even the one right after the pandemic when everyone was wearing masks. And that one, that one was really weird, I have to say, at the Evergreen Brickworks in Toronto. Not because of the way Shopify did it, just because like it was so small and it was just like not your normal like energy that you would normally get. There weren't like parties and like, I don't know. It was just like it was a different year. So this is a different year because I'm not there.
Yes.
And this is a different year because you had planned parties, you had planned all these events,
yes,
and you're not there.
Yeah, I think first of all, the Zapier Epic party was a pre-planned with Andrew and Emily, and that could not happen. Since the planning was from almost 2 to 3 months now, I was super excited. I've got all my package. I mean, everything was packed. Green dress, Shopify green specifically, that was done. Then we had specially curated an event on the 23rd for Garba night, which is mostly like an experience-based event that we usually do via Marmeto. So that was one of the things that we had planned. And there's a feeling that was already exciting inside me that, yeah, I will meet so many people. I think I've spoken to so many of them via Twitter, via LinkedIn. And the excitement of meeting them in person was super high. So that was one of the things which really felt bad for me. I think more than me, for you also, it was like you mentioned, 10 years, like 10 years you have been there. And I mean, more than me, I think your part is more thing that you couldn't make it this year. But I think, I don't know. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, here.
I mean, it is what it is. You know, I think I was going to try to fly under the radar, and that was the plan initially. And I waited to tell my clients until the very end, and finally was like, got to rip the Band-Aid off. Like, they're obviously not going to see me, and I don't want it to turn into a situation where they're like, is she avoiding me? Is she not prioritizing seeing me there? And so that became a thing. And then once I did that, and they were just so wonderful about all the news and everything, I was like, started telling more and more people. And then I still was like, okay, well, the rest of the people that don't know, they'll just think that they didn't see me, you know? And then the messages started kind of coming in today. And I was like, all right, we should probably just kind of like tell people that I'm not there. I didn't really think anyone would notice, or like not notice.
I told you, people will notice you. People know you. People know Deborah so much. People know about you. People know about the work you have been doing for Shopify. And the way you have contributed to the app ecosystem specifically, it has been amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just thought, because there's so many people and so many people do so many things in the ecosystem. Everybody's somebody there. That's the thing about, that's what makes it so exciting to be there, is like everybody is somebody. Like there isn't a single person that you meet that you're not like, I might not know you today, but I'm definitely going to know you in a year from now. And like you see those posts on LinkedIn where they're like, they didn't know who I was, and then I won a Builder Award, or like I've become a Shopify Premier Partner, or like all these crazy things. Like what a year could do for your career in Shopify is extraordinary. And so like I always look at every single person that I meet at these things as like somebody, because they are. I mean, you're there for a reason. You're a Shopify partner. You've committed the bit to going to this event and spending 2, 3, 5, 12 days there. You are just as excited as the person sitting next to you or walking next to you. Like there's just something so palatable about the people in this ecosystem, the partners, that make it like I've never seen anywhere in my entire career. And so when you meet people, the excitement is so real. And I mean, I've had people like come up to me and be like, I read your newsletter for a year now. And it's like, I didn't even know anyone was reading it because the engagement's so low. I'm just kind of like trucking along thinking I'm writing this thing for myself, you know? And then, you know, someone that I've never even seen their name before, I'm like, who are you? And then you get to know who they are and you're like, you're somebody. Like everybody is somebody, which is so super cool. All right, well, let's shift into what updates have you seen so far? Like what is happening that you've seen? Have you seen anything that's happened so far that you're like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy?
I think Shopify this time had mentioned about the, I mean, wrong done to the app ecosystem that was there. That's the one screenshot that I saw. Apart from that, I think I was keeping myself busy so that I can keep away from the FOMO as much as possible. I can just focus on my work today. But I've actually, as soon as I was about to touch my phone, I was like, okay, let me have a call with Deborah first. Let's do this first, and then I'll dig in to understand what's new with this time in Shopify .dev.
Yeah. So the one thing, I think the huge headline that I saw, which I was really excited about, and I want to kind of talk about, like get into like the spicy part of that as well, is that Atlee Clark was on stage and she put up a tweet from Erica's from Catching and was like, we own our mistakes. And so they had they did a town hall a couple months ago, and they said like, Harley really like got on his sword and was like, we own our mistakes. Like we know that we screw up and we're not perfect and we try to do everything right for the partners. And so, but then like things started continuing to happen. And I was like, you can say that you're going to own it. And then what you're doing, I'm not quite sure that that's following. And so then they've owned it again. So I'm like, okay, let's see how much accountability turns into action. And so the spicy bit that I want to talk about is the pain that I have, which is what has happened to the App Store. Like we know that there was something that happened with the ads. There was a bug that privately, I guess, Shopify admitted to, but publicly, I haven't seen anything about. So I've lost clients. I've been fired because of it. I've had clients like being like, well, I don't know if this is a good channel for us anymore. And I'm like, this is my livelihood. Like things are going so well. I'm dying for Shopify to kind of own this and say, we know that this happened. We know that it's still not fixed, but here's where it's going. And this is what we've been waiting to like release out to you guys and let you know, ta-da! Like we have this brand new Shopify ads platform that's blah, 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 blah. It's going to do this great stuff. Like that's kind of the unveil that I'm hoping for, but that's selfish because it's the thing that's affecting me the most.
I think they will somehow believe in the app ecosystem part because they have been doing a lot when it comes to the partner ecosystem. I'm also hoping because that's one of the things that everyone is working on, especially when it comes to apps and how you're going to position yourself, how things will work, how specifically your brands will find you works as a very important factor for any app that is there in the ecosystem, right? So I think they would be thinking, I'm still in the dilemma that maybe they might have thought there would be some talks going on, or maybe something they just planned for tomorrow. Yeah, I hope something comes out.
Yeah. So what do you think about the 2 days? Like, do you think that people's energy is going, I mean, there was like a huge party last night that you were supposed to be a part of. Obviously, there was a bunch of stuff that happened during the day yesterday. Then you have all day today, and then
Yes.
stuff tonight, and then all day tomorrow, a block party. So how do you think people are going to hold up in terms of their energies? Because let's face it, a lot of these people are introverts.
Agree on that part. I think these kind of platforms, especially when it comes from Shopify, there's a lot of information that is there. And even if you are an introvert, I think one thing that works with both extroverts and introverts is people love to learn more, right? People love to engage more. People love to know what is happening, what is that we can do and contribute to the growth as a partner, as a brand, anything and everything around it. So I think that keeps up the energy. That will be something that will drive people until 24th. I'm thinking, because there are few events happening on 24th. I think 23rd, which is Bright Work and Trudy's event. So there are a lot of events packed with a lot of people who have been OGs like you. So I think people with that, coming from that energy of learning, is something that will drive them throughout this entire week.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you think?
And the adrenaline, I think the part that when you're at home and you're thinking about what you're going to do and how you're going to handle yourself, you're like, oh man, like, is my battery going to go? And then you like, it's almost like, you know how people can save people, they like lift up a car and they're like 130 pounds or whatever. It's like, how did you lift that car? It's, you know, the adrenaline helps them kind of, it kicks in. And so I feel like that will be part of it, and just the overall like vibes and excitement. And then, like I mentioned in my newsletter recently, like, or just in general, I like would hide in the bathroom last year from time to time just to recharge my batteries. And I think people just need to, if they figure out ways to reserve their energy throughout the day, then they can keep it going for 2, 3, 5, however many days they're going to be there.
And also to make sure that they hydrate themselves, because there are a lot of parties happening. So hydration is an add-on.
Yeah, I know. We just had the Scottish here in the US for the World Cup, and they drank Boston Dry, and they practically drank Miami Dry as well. There's no way to drink Miami Dry really, because we just have an infinite amount of party vessels. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, they could definitely drink. So maybe there's a lot of like people that can withstand partying all night and then going throughout the day with no problems, unscathed. We'll see. Yeah. Only time.
I saw someone's post today, early morning. It was raining in Toronto, and someone posted that it was early morning. So I was like, wow, it's raining, and then people are actually going for .dev. It's like a complete shift in the environment and the nature as well, just for the Shopify .dev to happen smoothly and amazingly. So yeah.
Okay, well, another elephant in the room that I kind of want to talk about, and then I'll let you wrap up anything that you want to talk about, is the Mantle crew going to Shopify, becoming employees, and no real information regarding, like, other than them open sourcing, I think, parts and pieces of Mantle. I don't think they've done it entirely. So I don't know. I think my optimistic side again is like, are they going to roll some of that into Shopify maybe? And like, again, like thinking about the improvements for partners and this focus on partners that they've been talking about. It's like, are we going to like feel some huge shift in the infrastructure of what's available and the tooling of what's available for Shopify partners? Like, we talked so much about Sidekick this year already. We talked about AI to like almost in way like a nauseating degree, although I find it extremely exciting. What about us? Like, I kind of want, like, that's all like the merchant side. And I know like there's discoverability for Shopify with like the API and everything. And, but I don't know. Part of me wants like, hey guys, we're going to roll out this like crazy tooling for you, and it's going to be like massive. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I think they're working on the community again, working on understanding how the app ecosystem can be more stronger. From that lens, I think they would probably try to see who has been in the market. I think one of the few things that I also saw on the Mantle documentation is they are, leveraging other apps. I think there's one of our apps also, which is Orbit, which is for the affiliate partner program that we had launched, because that was something that we built for the internal team, and then later we launched it for the community. Then there was another called Elevate. So I think we'll build that. But I think when I was talking to their team also to understand what happened, what did not happen, there are other teams, other Shopify folks who actually mentioned what would have happened. I don't think it will hamper us as an app partner, because the entire business of Shopify also has started from the point of view of how partners can leverage. And I'm keeping that in mind. I think we both are in safe hands, keeping the Mantle team being acquired by, no, not acquired, the Mantle team being a part of Shopify now. I think it will help us get a good picture of how the market would be like for us as an app partners or partners to Shopify.
I just think like in terms of tooling, I mean, let's go into like, I don't, maybe you're trying to skirt the answer to this just because you're trying to be like political, and it's totally fine if you are, but I'm kind of edging towards like, do you think this equals better tooling for us? Because let's face it, the Shopify ads platform hasn't been touched in 10 years, right? Like, still on the original platform. Yeah, they've improved the App Store here and there, like little bits and pieces, this and that, like rolling out Sidekick for discovery for apps, still in its infancy. Rankings with so many apps coming into market, like it's getting harder and harder to be discovered. And so you're having to kind of go outside of the App Store. So I'm really sort of like trying to get you to say like, yeah, I see a world where they're going to announce some huge things for the partners to thrive, because we've sort of pushed that aside for the merchants for so long. And this year there's because us acqui-hiring or whatever you want to call the Mantle team, we don't know, nothing officially was said, so it's all speculation obviously, but I mean, they've got like several of the team members that rejoined Shopify, and Mantle disarmed out of nowhere. So we can only hope that that means better tooling within Shopify.
Within Shopify.
For partners, yeah.
Yes. Agree to you. I think because the core of what they had built initially, I think they are planning probably to come back with that thought line. Right. I think because it was a core thing and then everyone aligned to the same thought, it's easy to then get the same team aligned on what the initial thought was, how to drive the growth part or levers for the partner ecosystem specifically. So yeah, agreeing to what you mentioned, I am hopeful things will happen for us. Yeah, I'm hopeful for that.
I think that's the right word, is hopeful. You don't have to say yes or no, but like, please, Shopify, listen to us.
Please, Shopify, yes, please. I mean, I don't know if you are aware, but I'm sure you must be aware. There are around more than multiple apps have grown now in the Shopify ecosystem, similar kind of apps. So yeah, let's see Shopify does something for us and help us grow also.
Yeah, it's time. You've done a lot for the merchants, and that's important because you're able to get really large brands that we've all wanted to work with, and we're so excited to have on board. So like, I believe that it's almost like I say, you know, for me personally, I believe in taking care of what's on the inside before you take care of what's on the outside. And I feel like taking care of the merchants is the thing you need to take care of first, and then sort of taking care of the partners. So they did take care of the inside, and now it's time to kind of take care of the outside. And I think where the partners are the outside. So
yeah,
with that, I will leave it to you to ask any questions, or we can call it a day.
I think we can call it a day. And I look forward to get more news for the partner ecosystem from Shopify.
Me too. Thank you for talking to me today. I really appreciate spending time with you. It's been awesome.
Yes, been a long time. I think, yes, was pending from a long time, and I love talking to you. It's so much of insights that you give about Shopify, how things should work, how any app should work. So yes, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for your time today.